Shalom. I'd like to start this lesson by saying Kal Halal Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakadash. Double honor to the apostles of Great Millstone and to the hopeful elect, pushing his word in truth and sincerity across the four corners of the earth. Lessons we title Heritage, and going to the heritage of the wicked and the righteous. So let's just go into the word heritage first. I already went into this, you can see. Okay. Heritage, 12th century, that which may be inherited, right? You know, it goes into French heritage, heir, inheritance, ancestral estate, heirloom, from herita, inherit, heir, condition or state transmitted from ancestors, practices that are handed down from the past by tradition. So it concludes everything. Like it includes your estate, so land, traditions, right? It says right here, traditions or practices passed down, and any attribute or immaterial possession that is inherited from ancestors, right? So we can go into the word ancestors, go into a bunch of words right now. Ancestor, one from whom a person is descended. Okay, so let's go to Exodus 6. Exodus 6 and 5. And I have also heard the groaning of the children of Israel. Right? So the Most High heard only the groaning of the children of Israel, whom the Egyptians keep in bondage. And I have remembered my covenant. So which covenant is he referring to? Wherefore say unto the children of Israel, I am, so he's talking to Moses, right? He's telling them what to say to the children of Israel. I am the Lord Yahweh, and I will bring you out from under the burdens of the Egyptians. So this is back then when they're under the captivity of the Egyptians. And you can say even right now, fast forward the future. And I will rid you out of their bondage, and I will redeem you with a stretched out arm and with great judgments. And I will take you to me for a people, and I will be to you a power. And ye shall know that I am the Lord Yahweh, your power, which bringeth you out of out from under the burdens of the Egyptians. And I will bring you in unto the land concerning the which I did swear to give it to Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob. So he swore that to Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob, that he would give him a land, right? And I'll give it you for an heritage. I am the Lord Yahweh, right? So he said heritage. So he gave it to Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob. But he says he's giving it to Israel because he promised it to Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob. Why did he say he's going to give it to Israel? Right? So we just read ancestor, one from whom a person is descended. So obviously Israel are descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Right? Which is why he's giving the heritage that he promised Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob to Israel. Right? Because it belongs to them. Because those are their ancestors. They descend from them, right? So they're inheriting that land and what comes with the land, with the law, statutes, commandments of just, which is also including the heritage, because right here it says practices that are handed down from the past by tradition. So practices also are handed down, right? But these are righteous practices, right? Of the righteous. So I actually want to go into word inheritance. Fact of receiving by hereditary succession. Okay, that which is or may be inherited. Make heir, appoint as heir. Hereditary succession to a title or an office or property. Right. That which is inherited, a title or property or estate that passes by law to their heir on the death of the owner. Right. So let's go to hereditary etymology. hereditary, transmitted in a line of progeny. So hereditary, occurring among members of a family, usually by heredity. So progeny. Descendants, offspring, lineage, race, family. The immediate descendants of a person. Okay, so we know what that word means. Right? So you said Jacob, Isaac, and Abraham. Right? So that's their heritage. And it concludes the law, statutes, and commandments, because it only talks about Israel receiving that. The law, statutes, and commandments is for Israel, right? Because that's Yahweh's people. So he only gave it to Israel. He only gave that covenant to Israel. What the covenant includes the land, the law, statutes, commandments, the practices, the traditions, only to Israel. To make them holy, to set them apart from everyone else, all the other nations. Right? And further, the elect, because the elect are the ones that Yahweh Shai is coming back to save. Right? The 2/3 are going to be destroyed. He's going to scatter them from he's going to scatter the elect from the four winds of the earth. Or four corners of the earth. So that's when it comes to, actually, we're going to go into what's part of the heritage. Romans, because, the lands, we're going to receive lands, riches, wealth, the hopeful elect, Yahweh Rataza. Romans 8 and 17. Let's read from 16. Romans 8 and 16. The Spirit itself beareth witness with our spirit that we are the children of Yahweh, Slakia. And if children, then heirs of Yahweh, and joint heirs with Yahweh Shai HaMashiach. So we're joint heirs with Yahweh Shai HaMashiach. So, what is he going to receive? Right? If so be that we suffer with him, right? Because he suffered, right? That we may be also glorified together. So, right? So the elect are the ones that are going to go through the fire. They're the ones that are being tested, right? They're going through fire, trials and tribulations, just like Yahweh Shai did. So they're going to suffer. Some are going to die. Some are going to be martyrs, right? So we're going to die. We're all in different lots, the hopeful elect, all in different lots, but they're all suffering nonetheless, right? But then they're going to be glorified also with Yahweh Shai when he's glorified. Right? So let's go to Revelations 19 and 16. Nope. So Revelation 19 and 15. And out of his mouth goeth a sharp sword. Actually, let's read from 11. Revelation 19 and 11. I saw heaven open, and behold, a white horse, and he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True. And in righteousness he doth judge and make war, which is Yahweh Shai it's talking about. His eyes were as a flame of fire, and on his head were many crowns. And he had a name written that no man knew but he himself. And he was clothed with a vesture dipped in blood, and his name is called the Word of Yahweh. And the armies which were in heaven followed him upon white horses, which is talking about chariots, clothed in fine linen, white and clean. And out of his mouth goeth a sharp sword, that which he should smite the nations, and he shall rule them with a rod of iron. So Yahweh Shai is going to rule the nations with a rod of iron. So we're joint heirs, with Yahweh Shai. So we're also going to rule with the rod of iron. We're going to rule with him, the other nations. But he's the top. He's the top, right? And we're under him. And he treadeth the winepress of the fierceness and wrath of Almighty Yahweh. And he hath on his vesture and on his thigh a name written, King of Kings and Lord of Lords. That's what it says on his vesture, right? King of Kings and Lord of Lords. If he's gonna be King of Kings and Lord of Lords, what are we gonna be? You know? Revelation 21:10. Okay. Revelation 21:10. And he carried me away in the spirit to a great and high mountain, and shewed me the great city, the holy Jerusalem, descending out of heaven from Yahweh, having the glory of Yahweh, and her light was like unto a stone most precious, even like a jasper stone, clear as crystal. And had a wall great and high, and had 12 gates, and the gates 12 angels, and the names written thereon, which are the names of the 12 tribes of the children of Israel. It's talking about New Jerusalem. We're going to build a wall. It's gonna be something no one's ever seen before. Right? On the east, 3 gates. On the north, 3 gates. On the south, 3 gates. And on the west, 3 gates. And the wall of the city had 12 foundations, and in them the names of the 12 apostles of the Lamb. And he that talked with me had a golden reed to measure the city, and the gates thereof, and the wall thereof. And the city lieth 4 square, and the length is as large as the breadth. And he measured the city with the reed, 12,000 furlongs. The length and the breadth and the height of it are equal. And he measured the wall thereof 144 cubits, according to the measure of a man, that is, of the angel. And the building of the wall of it was of jasper, and the city was pure gold, like unto clear glass. So it basically talks about what the city is going to look like, all the stones and everything, right? Only Israel's getting this, right? So there's one more. And you're probably wondering, well, the city is just going to be this magnificent, because it talks about the stones, like, who's going to build it? Because we're not going to build it. We're not going to build it. We're going to have slaves. We're not doing this. Right. I was looking for this before and I found it. Yahweh Ratazah. Okay. Isaiah 14, I'm going to start from 1. For the Lord Yahweh will have mercy unto Jacob, and will yet choose Israel, and set them in their own land. Because remember, you're talking about the land. I was talking about Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. That is the heritage that Israel's going to receive. And the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. So strangers talking about the Israelite foreigners, right? And the people shall take them and bring them to their place. And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids. Right. So right now it's talking about actually the slaves, right? Strangers outside of the temple. So outside the temple are the heathens, the other nations, right? Right, because it's talking about possessing them. You can only possess them. If you're possessing someone, you're their property, right? We're not going to treat the Gentile Israelites as property. They're Israelites, right? They're going to treat the slaves, the servants, as property because they're slaves, right? They're our property. And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord Yahweh for servants and handmaids. So, right? These are strangers talking about the other nations. Right, we're going to possess them in the land of the Lord Yahweh for servants and handmaids, and they shall take them as captives. Whose captives they were exactly? Because we were used to be their captives. Now they're going to be our captives, and they shall rule over their oppressors. Yep. So that's including those Edomites. And it shall come to pass in the day that the Lord Yahweh shall give thee rest from thy sorrow and from thy fear, and from the hard bondage wherein thou was made to serve. So we're going to get rest. We're not going to have to do any work anymore. right? Because now we have slaves. They're going to do all the work for us. And there was more. I think that's pretty much it on that. Make sure. Check something. No, that's it. So that's what Israel's going to get, kind of a brief summary. That's the heritage of the righteous. When you go to the heritage of the wicked. Job 20:29. I can really read this whole thing. Yeah, let's read it. Job 20 and 3 from 5. Job 20:5. That the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment. Though his excellency mount up to the heavens, and his head reach unto the clouds, yet he shall perish forever like his own dung. They which have seen him shall say, where is he? He shall fly away as a dream, and shall not be found. Yea, he shall be chased away as a vision of the night. Who does this sound like? The eye also which saw him shall see him no more, neither shall his place any more behold him. His children shall seek to please the poor. So we just talked about that, right? His children shall seek to please the poor. So the captives they're going to be seeking to please the, we're going to get captives, And you can see, and it says that we are the poor right now. We're the meek. So they're going to seek to please us at that time. But when we come into power, we're not going to be poor anymore. But also, they're going to seek to please the poor in the sense of they're going to seek to please the people that have less than them. So if they're going to seek to please the poor, right, and go both ways, seek to please the poor people, how low are they going to be? How low are the wicked going to be that they're going to be seeking to please the poor? Right? Because we're in the kingdom, these Edomites are going to be on the bottom. They're going to be on the fucking bottom. Right? As you can see right there, because they're the wicked. His children shall seek to please the poor, and his hand shall restore their goods. Right? Which is why I said it can go both ways. You can use it because they're going to be restoring our goods. Because in a sense, we are the poor right now to everyone else. Israel's the poor. But the wicked, which are those Edomites, they're going to be restoring our goods because they're going to be building up our temple because they're going to be our captives. They're going to be our slaves. They're going to bring back all the riches that they had, all the gold that they had. They're going to bring it all back, all of it. These Rothschilds, they have all that riches. They're giving it back. His bones are full of his sin of his youth, which shall lie down with him in the dust. Though wickedness be sweet in his mouth, though he hide it under his tongue, though he spare it and forsake it not, but keep it still within his mouth, yet his meat in his bowels is turned, it is the gall of ass within him. He has swallowed down riches. See, those Edomites, they go to any country, take their resources, their gold and minerals. They take all of it. And they lie, as it says right here. Wickedness, though wickedness be sweet in his mouth. Yeah, they love wickedness in their mouth. When they speak and they do things, though he hide it under his tongue, but they hide it with their words. It's like, oh no, we didn't do that. That wasn't us. We didn't do that. We didn't go to your country and bring democracy and destroy your country. You guys did that. We were just trying to fix you guys. What you did was on your own. We didn't do that. We were just trying to help. Right? He has swallowed down riches, and sheep. Well, Slakia could say sheep. Babylon, that scarlet woman with the dress, woman with the scarlet dress. He has swallowed down riches, and he shall vomit them up again. He's gonna vomit them up again. Right? Yahweh shall cast them out of his belly. He shall suck the poison of asps. The viper's tongue shall slay him. He shall not see the rivers, the floods, the brooks of honey and butter. That which he labored for shall he restore, and shall not swallow it down. According to his substance shall the restitution be, and he shall not rejoice therein, because he hath oppressed and hath forsaken the poor, because he hath violently taken away an house which he builded not. Surely he shall not feel quietness in his belly. He shall not save of that which he desired. Right? Quietness in the belly is when your stomach is grumbling. You're getting that grumbling in your stomach, you're hungry. Your stomach's going to be constantly grumbling. Constantly. He should not feel quietness. So that means he's never going to be full. He's never going to be satisfied with hunger. He's always going to be hungry. He shall not save of that which he desired. There shall none of his meat be left. Therefore shall no man look for his goods. In the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. It's kind of happening right now, actually, this part. Right? Because everyone's turning against Babylon right now. Where he is about to fill his belly, Yahweh shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating. So anytime he tries to get some substance, the Most High is going to throw some hell on him, just because. He shall flee from the iron weapon, and the bow of steel shall strike it. Shit. So there's no escaping. He runs from a sword, and a bow and an arrow just hits him in the chest. You can't run away. There's no escaping your judgment. It is drawn and cometh out of the body. Yea, the glittering sword cometh out of his gal. Terrors are upon him. Right? And it's funny, it is drawn because the body, it says it coming, Slakia. It is drawn and cometh out of the body, right? Right, the body of the beast, right? Because the beast is a system, right? The other countries are part of the beast. Now they're drawing the sword against him. It's the Babylon, right? And it's basically being turned on him, right? Because it says the glittering sword coming out of his gal, terrors are upon him. Yeah, because being turned right back onto him. His own beast that he's created, or system that he's created, is now actually going to turn against him. And at the end, those missiles are going to hit all from other nations. Oh. All darkness shall be hid in his secret places. A fire not blown shall consume him. Sheesh. A fire not blown shall consume him. It shall go ill with him that is left in his tabernacle. The heavens shall reveal his iniquity. That's happening right now. Heavens, the internet, shall reveal his iniquity. It's happening. It's been happening this whole year. His iniquity, that Edomite, Esau, all the things he's done is being revealed. It's being revealed. All the things he's done in the past is being revealed. And what he's trying to do in the future is being revealed. And what he's doing right now is being revealed. Because of the heavens, the firmament. And the earth shall rise up against him. Happening right now. It's happening right now. The increase of his house shall depart, and his goods shall flow away in the day of his wrath. This is the portion of a wicked man from Yahweh, and the heritage appointed unto him by Yahweh. So this is his heritage. This is his heritage. There's another one in Job I want to read, and then I'll be done. Job 13. This is the portion of a wicked man with Yahweh, and the heritage of oppressors, which they shall receive of the Almighty. If his children be multiplied, it is for the sword. Shit. And his offspring shall not be satisfied with bread. We just talked about that. They're not going to be there. Yeah, I don't even need to go into that, what that means. Those that remain of him shall be buried in death. Jeez. And his widows shall not weep. Wow. Though he heap up silver as the dust and prepare raiment as the clay, he may prepare it, but the just shall put it on, and the innocent shall divide the silver. Yeah, it doesn't matter. So basically, it doesn't matter all these gold and silvers that they're preparing, they're saving up and, right? Because we're going to take it. It's going to be for us. It's going to go to Israel. He buildeth his house as a moth and as a booth that the keeper maketh. The rich man shall lie down, but he shall not be gathered. He openeth his eyes, and he is not. Terrors take hold of him as waters. A tempest stealeth him away in the night. The east wind carrieth him away, and he departeth. And as a storm hurleth him out of his place. For Yahweh shall cast upon him, and not spare. He would fain flee out of his hand. Men shall clap their hands at him, and shall hiss him out of his place. That's it on that. That's what they're gonna get. There's still more you can go into that, but that's it. The point has been made. So we're just waiting. The hopeful elect's waiting, because right now the chips. Everyone keeps like, oh, the chip. The mark of the beast is already here. People are already being chipped, right? They're already being chipped. They're even making it more blunt of what a chip really is. Like, Apostle Tahar he did a video. It said. It was an article where they said credit card chips being put into hands. So they're saying credit card chips being put into hands. With a credit card chip, right? That's what you actually use on the card to pay for stuff. So that chip's being put into your hand, right? Right. For a credit card, you use it to buy and sell. And they're putting it into your hands. They're not even hiding it. Right? It says in the scriptures, they won't be able to buy or sell without the chip. Salakia, the mark of the beast. So it's already here. We're just waiting for it to be mandated. That's really just the last thing with that, because it's already here. So just stay on your toes, keep watching, keep reading, and Yahweh Ratazah, we're out of here soon. But keep working. I hope this lesson was edifying. I'd like to close out by saying Kal Halal Yahweh, Ba Hashem Yahweh Shai, Ba Hashem Rakak Kadash. Double honors to the apostles of the Great Millstone, and to the hopeful elect pushing his word in truth and sincerity across the four corners of the earth, death and destruction to his wicked kingdom, and 2/3 as well. Kwam Yasharallah, Abal Dabal, Shalom.